Hello students, I am Sarita Umesh. Please subscribe my channel Fun Chemistry. Today I am going to teach you two important topics. One is Tyndall Effect and the other one is Brownian movement. Both are properties of colloids. So in the second chapter we are studying in detail about colloids, but today I have the intention to teach only these two topics. So what is Tyndall effect? First we will check that. Have you ever observed or noticed the back side of the cover page of your class 9 textbook, NCERT textbook? You must have think just a photo in which the light is coming through the canopy to the forest floor. You studied in lower classes, I think class 7, the different layers of a forest, right? Canopy, forest floor and all you have studied. So through the canopy, the light is coming to the forest floor in a thick, dense forest. So you can see the light is coming like a beam, like a spotlight. You know that in schools and all, when we keep some programs on the stage and all, we keep spotlights, right? You must have seen in the theaters. Just turn back and check. You can see that from the back side the light is coming like a beam from the projector room. So these all are examples for Tyndall effect. So question, what is Tyndall effect? Tyndall effect is the properties of colloids. What is that property? The colloidal particles can scatter the path of the light. That is called Tyndall effect. So what is the definition of Tyndall effect? The phenomenon of scattering of light by colloidal particles is called Tyndall effect. And I told you the light is coming like a cone. That cone is called Tyndall cone. Why the name Tyndall effect and Tyndall cone and all? Because this is discovered by a scientist. His name is John Tyndall. So all colloidal solutions will show this property. What property? The scattering of light. So if you pass light through the colloidal system, a colloidal solution, you can see the particles are illuminated. In the class you must have seen the projector. Near the projector the dust particles are glittering. The dust particles are illuminating, right? Why it is illuminating? Because the light falls on these particles and scatter. When it falls on that particles, it is shining, it is illuminated. So this particular property of colloid is called Tyndall effect. So what is Tyndall effect once again? The scattering of light by colloidal particles is called Tyndall effect. When we pass light through a colloidal solution, we can see the path of the light in the form of a cone. And that cone is called Tyndall cone. It's called Tyndall cone. Now the second property of colloidal particles, that is Brownian movement. So again the name Brownian movement associated with a scientist. He was a biologist. His name is Robert Brown. So Robert Brown was a biologist and he was studying about the movement of pollen grains in water through a microscope. So he was just observing how the pollen grains are moving in water. Because pollen grains, everybody knows, the yellow color powder, right? Pollen grains in the flowers. When it falls in water, how it is moving, he was studying that. So pollen grains in water is another example for colloidal solution. It's a colloidal solution, it's a colloid. So he checked through the microscope. He found out that the pollen grains are moving in a zigzag fashion, a zigzag movement, and he called that zigzag movement as Brownian movement. And he observed this kind of a motion not only in pollen grain, every colloidal solution. So he generalized that all colloidal particles are moving in a zigzag fashion, and that movement of colloidal particles in a zigzag fashion is called Brownian motion. So today you studied two important topics. One is Tyndall effect, the other one is Brownian motion. So Tyndall effect, what is Tyndall effect? The scattering of light by the colloidal particles is called Tyndall effect. What is Brownian motion or Brownian movement? The zigzag motion of colloidal particles in a colloidal system or a colloidal solution is called Brownian movement. And you understood two scientists are involved in these two cases. Tyndall effect is John Tyndall and Brownian movement is Robert Brown. Hope it is clear. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel.